topic of climate change has become a highly debated and politicized issue in recent years, with many accusing scientists and mainstream media of lying to the public about its severity and causes. While it's true that there are some discrepancies in the way climate change is reported, it's essential to understand the complexities and nuances involved in this issue. Climate change is a multifaceted problem that affects various aspects of our lives, from the environment to the economy, and it's crucial to separate fact from fiction. One reason why some people believe that scientists and mainstream media lie about climate change is the perceived lack of transparency and accountability. Some argue that climate scientists are driven by a political agenda and that their research is often funded by governments and organizations with a vested interest in promoting a particular narrative. This perceived bias can lead to skepticism and mistrust among the public. Moreover, the complexity of climate science and the uncertainty surrounding some of its predictions can create an environment in which misinformation and disinformation thrive. However, the overwhelming majority of climate scientists agree that human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases, are significantly contributing to global warming. The evidence for this is abundant and comes from multiple lines of research, including temperature records, shrinking ice sheets, and shifting patterns of climate and weather extremes. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), which is composed of hundreds of scientists and experts from around the world, has concluded that it is extremely likely that human activities are the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. Another reason why some people accuse scientists and mainstream media of lying about climate change is the perceived exaggeration of its impacts. Some argue that the media often focuses on the most extreme and catastrophic scenarios, creating a sense of fear and panic among the public. While it's true that the media can sometimes sensationalize climate-related stories, the reality is that climate change is having profound and far-reaching impacts on our planet, from more frequent natural disasters to changes in precipitation patterns and sea level rise. In reality, the science of climate change is not about lying or exaggerating, but about understanding the complex and nuanced relationships between human activities, the environment, and the climate system. Climate scientists and researchers are working tirelessly to improve our understanding of these relationships, and their findings are based on rigorous scientific methods and evidence. The fact that there may be some uncertainties and disagreements within the scientific community is a natural part of the scientific process, and it does not mean that the entire field of climate science is flawed or dishonest. It's also worth noting that the fossil fuel industry and other vested interests have played a significant role in spreading misinformation and disinformation about climate change. These efforts often involve cherry-picking data, exaggerating uncertainties, and promoting conspiracy theories about climate scientists and their research. This has created a polarized and divisive debate, in which factual information is often lost in the noise of ideological and partisan rhetoric. In conclusion, while there may be some perceived discrepancies and biases in the way climate change is reported, it's essential to approach this topic with a critical and nuanced perspective. The overwhelming scientific consensus is clear: human activities are significantly contributing to global warming, and the impacts of climate change are real and far-reaching. Rather than accusing scientists and mainstream media of lying, we should focus on promoting a more informed and evidence-based conversation about climate change, one that acknowledges the complexities and uncertainties involved, but also recognizes the urgency and importance of taking action to mitigate its effects. By working together and relying on the best available scientific evidence, we can create a more sustainable and resilient future for ourselves and for future generations.